Today we're going to talk about engagement and wedding rings. Engagement process is such an emotional time. You are really picking out a piece of jewelry for yourself that you're going to wear for a lifetime. Tell me a little bit about the process that your customers go through in picking out an engagement and wedding ring together.
First of all, not all of them come together. In some cases, one of the partners, usually the man, prefers to make it a surprise. But we will work with both, of course. One of the things that I recognize is that there is a lot of apprehension. After all, it's not the kind of shopping you do every day. Many of the people who come in have already spent a lot of time going through malls, going through commercial jewelry stores, trying to get some kind of clarity on the web, trying to get some kind of idea on what they might like. Sometimes they're afraid. They're afraid of making the wrong choice. They're afraid of not knowing what to buy. They're afraid it might be beyond their means. All these things I understand and I want to address. Usually what happens is the couple will come in, or the man will come in and in a rather rigid way say, okay, we would like this, this, and that, concentrating on the mechanics or on the gems. I usually take a deep breath myself and hope that they will too, because more important to me is to understand who they are. So I usually stop that, I listen, but then I say, let me ask you about yourself. And then I will ask, who are you? What do you do? What is the most physical thing to do? What is your life like? I don't necessarily need to know every detail of their life, but I would like to be able to picture, as an artist, I need to be able to picture them as they go about their daily life. I need to, of course, some questions are practical. I would ask how rough they are on things. Do they lift weights, for instance? After all, platinum, gold, palladium, the jewelry metals are very, very soft. They're really not hard. None of them are hard metals. A diamond is 10 on the scale of hardness. It's the hardest thing there is. Steel, like in your car, stainless steel or any steel, is around 6. Platinum, 3. Gold, 2.5. So all of those, a pearl is also 2.5 or 3. So you can see that those metals are not really designed to undergo a very hard physical existence, and yet if you take care of them, if I know ahead of time, then I will direct them to a design that is going to be sufficient for their life. So, but my first concern is to find out about them. Do they like symmetry or asymmetry? My daughter's ring, Diane, is a very asymmetrical ring. It's part of a series I call Boundary Waters. I imagine pools of water. The diamonds represents pools of water, and the water is cascading from one pool to the next.
It enters here on the side and cascades from stone to stone like water over rocks. The cascade ring.
My ring, which has a diamond from my husband's family, is symmetrical, as it happens, but it has other features. I like garnets. I like the color green, so there are some green garnets on the sides and beneath the stone. And also, one thing that we often do, there is a secret stone, because I'm imagining that this is for other people. But what do you look at? You look at the inside, so there ought to be something that only the wearer and her significant other know about. Secret stone. So the process
is
like this.
Some of her rings have secret stones in the back, and that's also nice because you can turn your ring around when you're in an area that's less lovely, where you don't feel quite as secure, and then it looks like a less important ring. So it's mostly a delight for yourself, but it also can be very practical.
And a secret stone can be a diamond, but it can also be your fiancé's birthstone, for instance.
Or a favorite color that you love. Sapphires come in pretty much every color of the rainbow. They're the next hardest gem to diamonds. There are 9 on the Mohs scale of hardness, which is an exponential scale. So they're still significantly softer than diamond, but a very durable stone and a wonderful choice. You can get them in almost any color for the back of the band.
So the process itself, as you can see, will have many parts. The first one is for us to understand who they are, what they like, what expectations they have, what are some of the themes in their life they would like. We do have many of our designs that are made up and ready to be seen.
Or on our website. For example, Eve is currently holding the Castle in the Woods ring from her Antiquities series. That's based on her work in archaeology. Has lots of beautiful, delicate carvings in leaf forms around the stone with some open space. She's playing with the negative space. This one happens to be prong set, so that's a more traditional idea, but 6 prongs. So if you lose one prong, you're not necessarily going to lose the diamond. With a 4-prong setting, if you lose one prong, then your diamond is going to fall out. Eve does a lot of work with bezel set stones, which is what I selected for my ring. And this one, Air and Light, another beautiful ring. You can see it on evejewelry.com, our website. Air and Light has a swoop of diamonds on each side. Eve often does something so that when you're looking up or down the finger, you see something beautiful for the wearer, as well as some small diamonds set into the band. But it's a very minimal ring. It's a beautiful oval diamond, very bright. She has something called a wave on the inside here to allow it to not spin on the finger. It helps absorb size. When you've eaten too many potato chips, it won't be as tight as a plain round band would be, and in the winter when it's cold, it won't spin on your finger.
But even better than that, if someone has knuckles, in many families the knuckle is a little wider at the base of the finger, then I will create a ring that has a slightly squared profile. And you can see
Black.
you can see the open infanta ring here, and also the Diane's ring, and those are almost squared.
This is a radius square. This is very squared.
They still have the wave, but the square profile means that you twist the ring around your finger, but then it doesn't move, it stays in place. It also doesn't bulge and bother the neighboring fingers.
Very comfortable. Most of us, our fingers are not really round at the base unless you have a fully tapered finger, which is more unusual. And when you have a big finger day, as I do sometimes from maybe too much salt, then you put it on with this part being the portion that goes across the knuckle and turn it back straight when you get it back on your finger. It's very comfortable and it's a good tool.
It works well in winter and summer. Some people wonder, does this bother you? Not at all. There's actually a hollow at the base of your finger which it fits in. Now later on in life, if your knuckle gets wider, as it usually will, then we can just file this down and your ring has been sized without any problem.
No damage to the integrity of the design. This is a ring with champagne diamonds and blonde gold, which is an alloy Eve does herself, and small champagne diamonds around each of these beautiful chocolate diamonds.